Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. Have you shoveled out yet? I couldn't open my front or back door. They finally came yesterday from New Bedford. I got somebody. They came with a snowblower and 2 shovels, and they did a remarkable job. I was so grateful. It was worth every penny, and it wasn't that much. And if this weekend it snows, God forbid, because I don't know where we're going to put it, they're coming back. So I hope you've made your arrangements already, and I hope it doesn't come here. But tonight I have a dear, I don't want to say old, a dear, dear friend. I think we've been friends for, I'll ask him, but it's over 30 years. And I respect him so much because what he's done for Plymouth. Please welcome Tom Wallace.
I can. Thank you. Nice introduction.
Oh,
thank you.
My pleasure, Tom. Well, you have done a lot for Plymouth, Tom. You had a vision, insight, and you trusted yourself, and your family trusted you. Your dear wife trusted you. You put the house up. You put everything you had on the line, and you did what? Now tell us.
Well, you're talking about the Pine Hills, obviously.
Yeah.
There's the story behind it, and I think you and I had chatted earlier. Was the question is, how did it start?
Yeah.
And that's the very beginning, and it starts in a very, very unusual way. At the time, I'm not even sure. Look, my notes up. 1994.
Yeah.
My wife was at a wedding in Annapolis, so my children had grown up. They grew up here in Plymouth, so I was alone, and I was a member of the Plymouth Yacht Club at the time.
Right.
So I went there, having a beer. It was an afternoon in the summertime, and I was introduced to Mike Babini.
Oh, sure.
And Mike Babini, born here in Plymouth, had been on the planning board for 17 or 18 years,
Yeah.
been chairman. And I idly asked him, because everybody knew that Digital Equipment had created what they call the high-tech planned unit development. And initially we thought Digital maybe was going to come to Plymouth and change their corporate headquarters. That never happened for a host of reasons. And I'm having a beer. I'm at the bar upstairs of the Plymouth Yacht Club, and Mike is there, and I chat with him. And I said, Mike, what are you guys going to do with that land? It's been for sale for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
We all knew it was for sale. And he said, well, how much are you asking for it? And he said something along the lines of $24 million.
Which was huge then.
It was a lot of money. Even today, it's a lot of money, but even more back then.
More.
And so I said to him, like I knew, and I did, and I said, you'll never get it. You'll never get it. So he said to me, just being a smart guy, he said to me, well, what would you give?
Well, that is smart, very intelligent.
Good question. So I said to him, I'll give you $10 million, all cash, no contingencies.
Oh, woo.
Now, you have to understand, I'd had a couple of beers. And it was a warm summer day.
There had to be a kernel inside of you that knew that you would raise it.
I believed I could do it.
Yes.
But the truth is, all right, the truth is, it was bar talk. I wasn't serious.
Oh, Tom.
But me? So what happens is the following Monday, I go to Bob Better's.
I love Bob Better's.
Local real estate attorney.
Yeah.
Been a friend for all these years, now retired. I go in to sit down with Bob Better's, and I had done business with him before and some other stuff.
Yeah.
So I went in and I said, Bob, I want to put an offer in on the digital property because everybody knew it was for sale. And he said, how much? And I said, $10 million, all cash, no contingencies. He looked at me. He said, are you crazy? I said, Bob, do me a favor. I said, I don't want you to attach a $25,000 check on a $10 million offer. This is all nuts. And I said, Bob, would you do me a favor?
I love it.
Would you send it up to them, all right? Because they're going to say no. There's no way they're going to say yes. But I've got to save face. I can't show up the next time. And having.
I love it.
And that's exactly what happened. They said yes.
And you?
I froze. it was what happened. What happened is it's funny is
You're
that,
so honest, Tom.
well, what I brought with me, and you and I shared this. This is a July 27th, 1994
Yeah.
commitment letter to Bob Betters under the terms in which he will represent me.
Yes.
And that's it's several pages, but that is the actual start of when we first started to even think about what would happen.
And Lothrop and Withington drew this up.
At the time, that was the that was the law firm, Bob Betters and
look at the
Lothrop
phone
Withington.
numbers: 747,
Right.
746, 15 Caswell Lane,
Right.
where I know that is.
Yep.
Yep. Digital Land, Plymouth, Mass. I mean, your heart must have been beating like a drum.
When they accepted the offer.
Did your wife faint on the floor?
When she came back, I told her what I had done.
She loved you very much.
No, she supported me.
I know.
Yeah,
I know that. Oh, my goodness. I mean, this is very comprehensive. You knew what you were doing from the beginning, because I've never known you not to do something without investigating it and learning everything you can about it.
The process is, and you're correct. This was a spur of the moment offer.
Yeah.
But what happens then is what I had done in the purchase sale agreement. I knew that Digital had. Thank you. I had done business with Digital in a different capacity, so I knew that they had done a lot of study. And as a part of my purchase sale agreement, their engineering company was Daler Consulting, Bob Daler. And part of the agreement was that Digital Equipment allowed me to work with Bob Daler and to have at my disposal all the studies he'd done.
All the info.
All of the information, which was the water, what was under the ground, that actually done testing on the air.
That's big.
It was huge.
Yeah.
So what came with my offer was the engineering and the studies and everything they've done. And so I automatically had a development team who had done a lot of work. Digital had done a lot of studies on the land, and that was already prepared for me.
Right, because there were rumors that Digital's here. Digital is,
The people thought that Digital was going to come to Plymouth and change their corporate headquarters.
Yes.
And they weren't. What they were going to do, had planned to do, when they had changed the zoning that still exists on the books, high-tech planned unit development, they had planned to build a training center here. Remember, they were mainframe computers at the time.
Yeah.
They were an international company. Boston is an international airport.
Yeah.
So their thinking was they would fly people to Boston, transport them to Plymouth, to the training center, and that's what they planned, and that never materialized. So the land became surplus.
So why didn't it become?
The industry changed dramatically. Companies like Wang Laboratories came in with mini computers, and one time Digital was mainframe. They ended up. A mainframe computer would take up an entire room, twice the size of this.
They were huge.
They were huge. Mini computers came into Digital. Digital's fortunes changed.
Yes.
Even today, there are a lot of Digital former employees who live in Plymouth. Some live in the Pine Hills. I met an engineer who's working locally in Manomet. And so there's a lot of sprinkled throughout Plymouth, a lot of former Digital employees, and they talk about it.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
So here you are. Now you have to go to town meeting.
Yes. Well, I had to change the zoning to have it to actually, my initial plans, I have been approached by some people who want to do a retail plaza. And that didn't go over big.
No.
And so that was the first thing. And what they were thinking of doing is doing something like what is it? The shops, not the shops at 5, but more like the shops where you have discount a number of things. And so they wanted Rentham Villages.
Rentham
was the example. And so we tried that.
Yeah.
And it was fierce opposition.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. We also at the time. We went to 4 town meetings. Each time we gained votes until the 4th town meeting. Took 2 years. We had both a regular and a special. And the fourth town meeting, we got 95% of the votes.
Now, where my letter came in, I sent a letter. Now I'm nothing. We're just living here. I'm raising 4 kids with my husband, and I read the paper, the Old Colony Memorial.
Right.
And for a while, I read how upset town meeting is. They don't want anything, you know, blah, blah. And then I hear of a hotel that could go up there. And I said, you know, this is a good idea. It's going to bring tourism in. We have a lovely coastal ocean, Manomet. That's why we came to Manomet. They're going to love it. I like the idea of the hotel. Well, you kept going to town meeting, and your plan got better and better and better.
Right. The process of going through that and listening to people, listening both to people who were opposed to it and their ideas, or listening to people who thought it. I learned by listening to people, by asking questions.
Right.
I learned by every time we went to town meeting, we always got majority.
Yeah.
But it requires 2/3.
Right.
And so we
Big.
picked up votes. The other thing, my daughter, Dee. She wrote, actually, Dee with a lot of help from other people like Ed Angley, people like
I
Bob
love Ed
Bettis,
Angley.
Lee Hartman.
Yeah, Lee.
They helped write what is called the OSMID, which is a special zoning created for the Pine Hills.
That.
And that stood for Open Space Mixed-Use Development.
It's still in existence today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that zoning is still part of Plymouth's greater zoning.
Yeah.
But it's very limited by having a highway, having access to it, having that sort of land. Remember, that land was 3,200 acres.
Virgin land.
Oh, yes, yeah. The only on it was the Rye Tavern.
Rye Tavern.
And John Talcott's home.
Yes.
Yeah, and John Talcott owned the land. He sold it to Ken Olson, who was the chairman and founder of Digital Equipment.
Yeah.
And Digital Equipment sold it to me.
Right. My son, when he got older, he would take his bicycle, not a motorized.
Right.
And he'd ride all through there, and he had his favorite spots, and he'd love to live there. We have a favorite spot that, way up high, looks right down on Bartlett Road.
Right.
At the house.
Yeah.
You know, it's just magic.
It was interesting. I often hear from people in Plymouth who have been here all their lives, who remember swimming in Clam Pudding Pond, who remember going up to the top, hunting on the east side, picnicking, Sacrifice Rock,
picking blueberries.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I often hear from people, Plymouthians, who've been here. I'm a Washer-Shore. I came to Plymouth in 1975 or so. Yeah.
I came 74.
Right. So we're both Washer-Shores.
But so you finally got it through. Now you have to search for the people to make the vision happen.
Right. Yeah. Something of this size no one person handles it alone.
No.
You need a team.
Yeah.
And the interesting part was that I had a lot of people contacting me. When you're talking about a piece of land in Plymouth that size, it's amazing how many people will contact you.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the things I had in my contract with Digital was a clause in there that said if anybody contacted them to buy the land directly, they had to
go through you.
Digital had to tell them it was up to me, and I'll tell the story of that in a minute. And so I knew that would happen.
Of course.
I knew it would happen. And it did happen. And so Digital, of course, they were a Fortune 50 company at the time, 175,000 employees. And immediately, if I made a presentation or met with a major player and they went behind my back, Digital would tell me, oh, by the way, XYZ company called and they're interested in buying the property direct. And of course, I would just stop negotiating with them.
Right.
One person. And
that's sneaky.
It is. Business is business, and not all business is up front. And I knew that would happen. But Mark Ritter contacted Mike Babini, because we all know each other. And he said he'd be interested in buying what is now the Ritter Golf Course, Waverly Oaks.
Oh, sure.
Mike called me up and said, Mark Ritter is visiting with us. He'd like to buy it. We directed him to Mark and I get together. So I decide, absolutely. So Mark agrees to a price. I contacted Digital. I said, you're free to, I released that land from our purchase and sale agreement. You're free to sell it to Mark Ritter without any obligation to me.
Wow.
And because it makes sense.
Yeah.
And Mark bought it. Mark and I negotiated the price,
Yeah.
but Mark bought it from Digital, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
released it.
Yeah.
So because right now the Pine Hills is only on the east side of Route 3.
Yeah.
But across the way, that was also part of the land at the time.
At the time,
At
it
the
was.
time, it was part of Digital's land.
Yeah.
At the time, what is the open space on the corner of Long Pond Road and Clark Road?
Yeah.
That 200 acres is in permanent conservation now.
I know.
That was also part of it, which is fine.
Yeah.
People, the Six Ponds group, the people there, that was an agreement that we did.
I remember.
Yeah. It was kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We have the same memories.
we do.
Yeah.
Well, you and Kenny were involved. I remember that.
Yeah.
You and Kenny were. I remember. I have a stack of all the letters, both for and opponents. I still have them.
You still have them.
I have them all. Yeah.
My God.
I don't have everything, but I have.
Yeah.
I have. We had one time we had a little water damage in my storage area, so some of them got ruined.
Oh.
But I've got a whole stack of pro and con letters, and in some people I'm a hero, and some people I'm an absolute goat.
You were my hero.
Thank you.
Now, what about the Green Company?
That comes later.
Yeah.
Now, the zoning has passed, and so now I'm seeking what I call a real serious developer. So I contact New England Development Partners. My attorneys are Goodwin Proctor in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Real estate attorneys. And so they set up a meeting with Steve Kopp and Steve Fishman. And I go up with my team. I have the engineer, I have my daughter who wrote the bylaw, I have myself, I have Bob Betters. And we go up and do the dog, what I call the dog and pony, the presentation.
Yeah.
They say, interesting project, we'll get back to you. And so they do call me, and they go play golf down in Hyannis. And it was a Sunday, and they said, we'll stop by and we'd like to just walk or see a little bit of it. Well, they called me that Sunday, it's pouring rain.
Oh.
So they said, well, we're not going to come down, and actually we're going to pass on the opportunity because something's come up that
Foolish.
Well, that's more of the story.
Yeah.
What I didn't know, and they couldn't tell me, is at the time they were one of the largest retail developers in the country, and they had just sold their portfolio. Remember what year it is? They sold their portfolio of stores across the country for $1.4 billion. They were busy.
Oh, my
But it doesn't end there.
Oh, my God.
Fast forward several months, Alan Green is going down to play golf with them, and they were Steve, and they said, as they're driving through Plymouth on Route 3, they said, some guy named Wallace pitched us his property here. Alan Green says, we've been trying to get in touch with him. He won't meet with us. Now, it wasn't I wouldn't meet with the Green Company.
Yeah.
I didn't need a builder at that time.
Right.
I needed somebody with the vision.
Yes.
So they set up another meeting.
Good.
And so I take Bob Betters, I take Bob Daler, I have my daughter Dee, and myself. And we go to the Green Company offices in Newton.
Oh, yeah.
I go up and do what we call the Dog and Pony Show.
Yeah.
And Tony Green gets up there, and he starts to talk about the vision of how unique the zoning is, what's possible. He has walked the land, even though it's marked no trespassing. He's walked the land, all of it to do it. And I'm sitting there going, wow.
Yeah.
But
he is wow.
He is wow.
Yes.
He has an eye for land. He has an idea. He is wow.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there in my thinking, I'm saying, yeah, we got to make this happen. That's how the partnership came together.
That's wonderful because he was perfect for it.
Absolutely perfect.
And I saw what he was doing in California, the building he was doing in California.
You were ahead of me on that one.
Yeah, and it was equally as beautiful.
He has a tremendous eye. I was walking with him when we brought in Jack Nicklaus, who was designing the Nicklaus Golf Course. And the the 11th hole. We're there, and there's a big tree. And Jack says, that tree's got to come down.
Gotta
And
go.
Tony said, no, that's not going to go. Jack said, no, it's got to go because it doesn't fit in. It's just, it's not a good, it shouldn't be there. Tony said, no, that tree's not going to go. That tree's still there.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was his reasoning to keep it? Here's a golf pro saying it's going to ruin the line and all of that.
Well, because Tony will fight for a tree. He
That's a
really,
good
really
thing.
will. It is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But he's. I love trees too.
Well,
so I know where he's coming from.
Yeah, and Tony, I've been with Tony on site walks a lot of times. He sees things that I have.
You don't see.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
And Alan Green, Tony's dad, the three of us were walking one day looking at a site, another development site on the Pine Hills. And I looked at Alan and I said, how does he do it? I said, how does he see it? And Alan looked at me and he said, take your time, you'll learn. I've never learned.
Well, he was born with it,
His dad trained him, and he's worked that all the time.
Yeah. Where is he now?
Oh, Tony is still Tony's still a partner in it. Tony's still involved. The Pine Hills, the corporation, the Pine Hills LLC, we have about 2 years left.
Yeah.
Everything's been built out. We have maybe 200 homes, sites yet. So, Deb Sedaris did a presentation to the planning board. We have about 2 years left. Yeah. So then the Pine Hills will always exist.
Yeah.
But the corporation of Pine Hills LLC will cease. Yeah.
Do contracts cease too?
No, well, any contracts that are on, for example, you talked about the hotel. At one time, we had the Marriott who was committed to come in, started to clean the land, and then 9/11 happened. And 9 had stopped. But we have Marabou there now. Yeah. And so we have that, and we have the spa. So that's there. Yeah. The Village Green is as it was designed.
I go all the time.
And so that's happened. We have 3 golf courses. We have Pine Hills Golf with the Nicholas and the Jones course, and we have Old Sandwich. So we have 3 golf courses on the property as well.
Yeah, the Old Sandwich one. And you did something really clever. You put up a market. Yes. I love that market.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, and the people at the Pine Hills. I mean, it's their market. It's.
You have a fishmonger.
Yeah.
You have people that know their beef, pork, and whatever, and the cheese selection is unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm very proud of it.
I mean, I go in there and see, and your vegetables are fresh.
Yes. Yeah. Can I hire you as public relations?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. We'll talk.
But see, you had vision, and as it went along, your vision grew, and you made it the best it could ever be.
As I say, there's a lot. John Judge, who was president, John. There's
lovely man.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people who deservedly get credit for what they've done. They deserve it.
Well, but you brought them there.
I started it and created and then what happens, what I've always believed in, and I still say this, and people know me say it. I always say when I go to somebody who knows more about a subject than I do, and I ask their advice. If I don't accept it, who's the fool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and so I've been blessed to have some very, very qualified people, good people, who know more than I do in certain areas.
Well, you're a good judge of character. That's what it is.
Well, thank you.
No, you are. I mean, you are surrounded by some questionable people, but...
Are you talking about a mutual friend?
Yes, who I also love. But it's...
Tell everybody it's questionable is not illegal.
No, not illegal, never. But I've always been amazed by you. I was amazed by Dee.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Yeah.
She's got a heart as big as a ham.
Yeah.
And she's doing very well.
Dee is a PhD
Yeah.
at Northeastern University
Yeah.
in data analytics.
Not easy.
No.
How do you do that? I mean, she's got the brain.
She's also she's also president of what they call the Senate faculty, which represents about 2,000 professors and teachers at Northeastern. She's got in addition to
That's
her own
huge.
classes. Yeah, she's very, very fortunate. My daughter is brilliant.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And she's unassuming. You know, when you speak with her, she doesn't flaunt that. She's just loving.
She's just her. Right? Yeah.
It's rare, but that's a credit to you and your wife.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm a great-grandfather 3 months now.
I saw the pictures on Facebook, and you were beaming.
Margot, I'm beaming, yeah.
And the baby was on Dee, and she was holding it, you know. You could just see the beams everywhere.
Right. I mean, I'm a great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Is it a boy?
A girl. Margot. M-A-R-G-A-U-X. Margot.
That's the adopted name of my mother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She loved the name Margot.
Yeah.
And my aunt was so upset because her real name was Zabel. Isabel. And she goes, oh, I hate that name. I'm going to change it to Margot.
Yeah.
And the family was all upset.
Well, I have 2 grandsons, and both of them make me very, very proud.
Oh, how old are they now?
The oldest is 28, and the youngest is 26.
Yeah. Time, where'd it go?
Well, we're both been married for what, 56 years?
56 years, yep. And I was 19, and Kenny was 20, and, you know, knew it was right from the beginning, as you did.
Yeah. I fell in love at first sight.
That was Kenny.
I proposed 5 times. She said no 4.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
Yeah.
I hope you reminded her of that every anniversary.
Well, as we go, as we've talked, I'm dating an absolutely wonderful woman now.
Oh, good.
So she's terrific. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, keeps me from being lonely, and Mary is just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I have no interest.
That's I understand. As you and I have talked, and we don't get to, but as you and I talk, the pain doesn't go away. It just gets a little less intense.
Yeah, I don't mind being alone.
Right.
And then I have the kids and everybody else and grandchildren, and but I like my alone time.
I don't like being alone.
Yeah.
I don't like being alone.
Yeah, I have a daughter like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, we're all different. How are we doing?
We're wrapping up. Thank you
for inviting me.
Anytime, Tom.
Went so fast.
So fast. Yeah. I'm going to be here next week with the CAL director, Michelle Breedy.
Badger.
But no.
Oh.
Michelle, she's going to be here, and I'll see you next week. If there isn't a storm.
Right.
That went by fast.